Press the button, my friend.
The Out of Bounds Show is live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge in the Bank Plus studio.
Check it out.
This segment with Richard Greenlee is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Richard and I both enjoy a Tito's cocktail late in the afternoon every now and then. Or maybe, or maybe a Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Especially with the Masters this weekend. And by the way, good morning, Richard. You know, there's nothing wrong with Saturday morning, Masters weekend, fixing a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary and seeing what's going on as you go into the third round of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Never been there myself, but it's on the bucket list.
Well, we may talk about that at the end, but I want to get into what you're doing.
Sure.
You have been proactive in the music scene in the state of Mississippi and outside of it for some time now, which is cool. You've hooked us up with some amazing people, and you booked some really, really cool concerts at the Renaissance with your Twilight series. Now there's going to be a concert after the Mississippi State Ole Miss game in Starkville next Saturday.
That's correct.
Tell me about that, and then kind of the concept and model going forward.
Well, you know, I'll tell you about that first. As soon as it's part of Super Bulldog Weekend, and it's really about the whole weekend activities and festivities. And, Dudy Noble Field, as you know, is the premier venue for baseball in the country. It's awesome. 15 of the top largest crowds in NCAA history. State has 14 of them. And so they really want to do something special. And so they had the idea of, could we, I've seen these pro games after, at the Braves Stadium or at the Twins, they roll this mobile stage on field off the game and do a concert, and got contacted with them to say, hey, can you do that? I said, sure, I can. So we're going to roll a mobile production. I mean, literally, we roll when the ninth inning over, it rolls in a stage that folds out with wings, 2 big sound carts, plug up play. Brett takes the stage, and 15 minutes later, he's playing to 15, 16, 17,000 people. It's the same stage setup that's been used in 28 Super Bowls. They played in 28 of 31 Major League parks. Good production crew out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They've a patented, customized system they're known to do this all over Major League parks all over the country.
Gotcha. So after game 2, the Saturday game, Super Bulldog Weekend, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, they are going to be able to roll out a first-class, basically, stage. And people are going to be rocking like 20 minutes later.
Yep, and we call it a non-traditional, production, because usually, you build staging and you build big stacks and racks and subwoofers and have to build it all out for a week. But this group has really done well. They've been doing it for many, many years. It's a big audio cart. You have to see it. The stage rolls out, the wings flop down, everything's up there. Drum risers set up. Artists take the stage. The cart pulls down parallel to either side of it. That's tuned to the entire house, 365, that we tuned it the night before to the room, and they plug it up and play. And it's a 360 type situation right behind second base, right off the dirt.
Blake, that's going to be so awesome for people out in anywhere in the stadium. But foul pole to foul pole in the outfield, wild, because they'll have been there for hours having some, tasty beverages and grilling food. And as Richard said, not but about 20 minutes or so later, boom, you've got a fantastic concert. Is Brett Eldridge?
Brett Eldridge is taking the stage, yep.
Okay, country music singer.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so where you're getting into this, where is this going?
Well, as you know, with change in college athletics and the NIL and the sexiness and swag of programs, and not only for athletics, but just the university in general to attract students, is, let's stick with athletics for a second. It used to be that it was all about a scholarship and what you could do and what you could play and could you make it to the NFL and would you get reps and playing time. Now it's about money, image, sexiness. What else can I experience off the field that makes me choose your program? Transfer portals. And so you're seeing a lot of, with money and the sexiness and swag and some of some of the coaches and their swag that they're prevailing out there to attract kids in. A lot of colleges are seeing what the pros have done and become, athletic directors are hiring more entertainment director people to say, what can we do? Bring in music and concerts and additional fan experience for the weekends of the game. And so music and entertainment is a natural part of it. I mean, just like you saw, years ago, they started putting DJs in the college, in the student section. Yeah. Well, now we're rolling on productions because the NFL and MLB have been doing that for years. It's about the experience. I mean,
right.
Major League Baseball has been doing this for many, many years. You know, every year this group does probably 15 or 20 post-game concerts for Major League.
Okay.
You know.
And this is something that you're going to, you don't have to give us details, but you're working to do more of these type concerts.
Yes, and the two aspects of one is athletic programs just for the school, but also NIL. It's a great way to raise money, especially if you can do it with a captured fan base, like after a football game or a baseball game that's there. Roll on, do some additional down sales like field passes for NIL boosters. It's a good way to make money with a captured audience that's already there. They're looking for other things to do. We're working right now with some colleges to do some Friday night games in their basketball arenas before the Saturday night big SEC matchup, or have fans do something else. Also, rolling on the field after a game, maybe a non-conference game where attendance has been down, students leave the stadium
but you get
early.
A little boost.
But I mean, let's talk about it. State or Ole Miss. You've got the 3 non-conference games before it starts.
Right.
And people saying, well, we only sell them 30 or 40,000 tickets because people have 7 games in a row. Students are leaving at halftime because it's a blowout.
Right.
How do we keep butts in the seats, and how do we fill the stadium up?
So
you come in and do a $600,000 production, and you do $2 million in additional revenue you would have done through food and beverage sales and through tickets. You make money and give them something that you fill the stadium up,
right?
You keep the fans there, and you make national news.
I love that.
It's a win-win situation, but it's hard to explain this to sometime when you're sitting in front of athletic departments of major. They're struggling about coaches and contracts and bowls, and
and new ideas don't always land in places like that.
But you've got schools that are forward-looking people that hear it say, hey, I got a guy, he's more of a business type man, go see him, make it happen. Or you've got people that are more, traditional, that they can't see past, that's great, but I've got a football game coming up. Or I got to extend my coach's contract, last thing on their totem pole is a concert.
Sure.
But it's happening. It's moving forward.
It's on.
I'm talking to multiple schools about it right now.
Okay. Richard Greenlee, Wratchet Entertainment, on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line, the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone ESPN. This segment is brought to you by a delicious Tito's Vodka cocktail. Do you have anything planned for the Twilight series yet?
No, I'm working on it. I mean, quite frankly, I've got 2 shows this weekend. The Taylor Hicks show in Greenwood Friday night.
Let's promote that real quick. We've only got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've got the Taylor Hicks and the Delta Funk Revival free concert in Greenwood Friday night, out between the 2 bridges. Visitor centers putting on. It's going to be a great free show. The band I put together and did last year. I've got Prentice, Saturday night. Okay. This Saturday at Hal & Mal's.
Prentice Fur for our listeners.
Great. Then I've got the Brett Eldridge show the next weekend, so I can't really focus on anything.
No, you need to do this first.
Until after April 15th. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So Taylor Hicks and the Delta Funk Revival in Greenwood this Friday.
Right.
Okay. That'll be a hell of a show.
Yes.
They really work well together. I think you got something going there, and I think Taylor does too, along with there's talented musicians in Delta Funk Revival. And then Prentice Fur at Hal & Mal's?
Hal & Mal's Saturday night.
Okay. And then Brett Eldridge, after the Mississippi State Ole Miss game, Game 2 in Starkville, they are going to roll out this amazing stage in about 15 minutes, and then you're going to be rocking while you're having a beer or Dr. Pepper or whatever you want.
And if you got it, once you see it, I think people will say, wow, that can be done. The athletic groups say, wow, they didn't even touch the field. They didn't interfere with the game or athletics. It was really just, it just happened. So you have to see it to understand it.
Sure. All right. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Richard Greenlee, Wratchet Entertainment, Taylor Hicks, and the Delta Funk Revival this Friday in Greenwood. And then Prentice Fur at Hal & Mal's on Saturday, which is awesome. And then Brett Eldridge at the Ole Miss Mississippi State game, Game 2, Saturday, Super Bulldog Weekend, a week from this Saturday. Thank you, buddy.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Richard Greenlee in the house, the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, presented by a delicious Tito's Vodka cocktail at Kessler Prime, or Bravo, or Drago's late this afternoon. We'll be back in a second. SEC Insider Hit.